Good morning, good morning. Good morning, my brothers and sisters. I don't even want to mention dates anymore because I'll be looking at it and I will call it backwards.
Exactly. Yes, now.
So to say with that date will be your job, okay?
Oh
Just
my
take
God.
it over.
Just take me out. Oh, I think it's 11th June, right?
11 June, I'm gonna
Yes.
here. So
2022,
yeah, I
right?
got back and forth. Yeah, I've been looking at 22. Yeah, I was 66. Okay, so
It's
it's
only
6
you.
11 2022. Maybe after you say it, then I'll pick it from you. Maybe it
Okay.
will work.
Then we'll do it together.
Anyway,
All right.
welcome to the program. Devil is trying to confuse us about the dates, but
Mhm.
listen, I am a buying, or we know a buying, our God, we know where we're going. So,
Yeah.
welcome to the program. As usual, help us to share this information. We are making, we're making strive. We are getting where we need to get. Things are happening behind the scenes that you cannot imagine. God is on our side. You can see our people running back and forth in circles. They are killing them and they're asking PVC. They shoot you in your stomach. It's like, hey, it would work. Let me go and get my PVC with blood bleeding everywhere. Please, oh, give me PVC. My dear.
He's like a woman that married a bad husband. He's beating you, he's hitting you. He said, I must remain here. I must be married. I want to be Mrs. Yes. Hitting you, pounding you, doing everything. Yes, so my husband. Did he beat you? No, 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 he didn't beat me. Just scratched my face. Yes, no, I fell down from bed. What is on your face? No, I had a fall.
Yeah, the
He's
baby
lying and
scratched
pretending
me.
for me.
Yes.
And you're seeing death coming, PVC. Kaga Wetia, we must be one Nigeria. It's by force. Yes. Hey, if I'm not one Nigeria, I cannot be any other thing.
Hey, well, very exhausting, my sister. They don't even know where they're going. It's so sad. They're telling you that you live in a failed state. Anyway, thanks to your churches, they have blinded you where your dosa, you don't know what's going on. And even when you try to figure out, they will come out and tell you they had a dream. And
Yes.
the people came out and they have
Mm,
stripe in their face and
yes.
mark in their nyash and they are coming
Mhm.
to do this and do they don't even want us to think correctly.
No,
Oh, them. It's so hard to watch.
it
But
is.
anyway, let's not digress. My name is Mona James Seaga. I am here in Houston, Texas, and I allow my sister to introduce herself.
Thank you so much, Dr. Munachi. My name is Dr. AP Simon Okube. I live in Lexington, Kentucky. Thank you so much for coming to for this show today. We appreciate you. Please help us share, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notification,
Mhm.
and like all those important people, your pastors, everybody is important. I take it back. All those people that we need to convert because some of them, how does this I want to say,
Mhm. Mhm.
have done evil in our land.
The
Please share to them.
unthinkable.
Yes,
Mhm.
I've done the unthinkable. Share to them so that they will come and learn. They will watch and begin to have a rethink. So, as you share and like, we'll give you food for thoughts, just something to think about, chew on as we share and then get set and give time for people to join, more people to join us. Thank you so much. So the reason some people feel the need to lie and probably manipulate others is because somehow they have complicated their lives with one wrong teaching or the other. But you know what? You can begin to unlearn some of those toxic teachings,
Mhm.
especially the religious wrong teachings that have kept you bound for years. Life is meant to be easy, simple, and straightforward. You doing your own quota and others doing their own. You do not need to manipulate anyone. Just live your life. Thank you.
My dear, that's simple. Just live your life. You don't have to manipulate anyone. Life is very simple, really. Think about if you live in a place where you're on a legidon, right? We used to say it takes a village to raise a child, and now it takes almost a nation because so many they are online communicating with other people all over the place. That when we see something wrong, that we must intervene. So please help us to share, help us to like. What is the other words that they use? Notification buttons, all the nice things that are done so that this message will continue to go far and wide. We want to thank our brothers and sisters fighting. We see you guys on the platform fighting every day, trying to re-educate our people, especially those that are confused about the need for us to halt this 2023 election. So we thank you so much for the work that you're doing. It shows that you're learning. This is what we're asking you to do. Watch the videos, ask the right questions so that you can be there and be your own prophet. After all, the fake prophets are everywhere prophesizing and collecting money. And what about us that have the truth? So this is the opportunity for us to play the good role of a good prophet, telling the truth, right? Telling the truth. With truth, will go far, very, very far. With lies, we will believe that someone will bring us a nation and do this for us. And before you know it, we are all disappointed. So we are all stakeholders in all of this. So don't get it confused. We thank everyone, especially our brother Isi Momodu. Thank you so much. You are consistent in all your ways. You're beginning to look like your sisters. Consistency. Consistency is the way to go. We thank you for your good work. We see the fights on Facebook. You're a warrior. You're constantly educating our people. We thank you for that. And that's partly some of the work. So don't hesitate to join us. Don't hesitate to join us. So thank you so much today. I'm going to go ahead with our topic. Please, like we said, continue to help us to share and like and follow and all that stuff. So our topic today says, end the lie against the people. End the lie against the people. Wow. And if you read the rest of our description, you would have gotten an idea where we're going with this. For so many years, we've been told lies, the lies, the lies, and the lies. The dictionary defines a lie as speaking falsely or uttering an untruth words knowingly with the intent to deceive, express what is false, and convey a false impression. Research has linked telling lies to an increased risk of cancer, obesity, anxiety. Ooh, I know people that are suffering from anxiety, depression, addiction, gambling, poor work satisfaction, and poor relationship. This is according to Dr. Fitzgerald, an associate professor at Eastern Connecticut State University. So we like to give credit, by the way, because that's one thing our people don't like to do. We give credit to who is doing the work, okay, so they can get the power, this to do more, so that they will feel like someone is appreciating them to do more. So the Nigerian politicians, church leaders, traditional leaders, and the social influencers have succeeded in getting Nigerians to live a lie. Criminality now has a dazzling emblem of honor, and people that should cover their faces in shame still walk boldly in our streets because abnormality has become normal. For instance, our brother Mechi, who deprived our people technology development, built a railroad system in the Sharia territory, and scrapped the Niger Delta Maritime University. We also have our brother Wike, who gave millions to Tambuwa to rebuild the bond market in Sokoto. Are we talking about Peter Odele? Are we talking about Jonathan? And the rest of them? These people we know have given our money to please their northern enslavers. People who naturally hate us. By doing all of this, they have destroyed the future and destiny of our people. After selling us out, they walk as if nothing happened. We praise them, they come to church, we parade them even as our savior. Some of them have thrown away their freedom card to pick Fulani's PVC as the struggle for liberation in the east and west of Nigeria takes a nosedive. As we watch and observe this dance of death and extermination, we write to encourage those who have since understood that Nigeria is a failed state, Nigeria is a lie, and wondering when will this madness, this lie of 100 years end. We want to remind you that Nina is still running a parallel campaign as the anti-apartheid movement did in South Africa until their success in 1999 birthed CODESA. So our message is simple, clear and simple. You cannot build a mansion or a nation on a lie. We do not yet have a nation. Whatever illicit structure being built on our land is disputed and has expiry dates. The day it finally collapses, there will be torrential rainfall and only those with raincoat will be safe from getting wet, soaked, and washed away. As we always do on this show, we continue to teach you on possible ways to enact a controlled dismantling of failed Lugan experiment of 1994 to avoid the carnage that will otherwise accompany the catastrophic collapse of this structure called Nigeria. So it's not that difficult. We are trying, Nigeria is going to implode. That one, I mean, there's no question about it. The purpose or the role that Ninas want to play is that we don't lose a lot of lives that we have done before. We don't destroy properties that we have done before. We are saying that the same way people sat on a table and cut Africa as a cake and took their pieces without fighting and gave each other high five and walk away, we can actually do that in 2022 because we appreciate, we value the lives of our people. We don't want suffering in Africa. We want to do better, that we can actually sit down, stop telling the lies, and cut this cake for the sake of our people. So I'm going to pull up the first video while our sister takes over. Sister, we go ahead. Hello.
I'm here. I'm technology now. Thank you so much. Yes, this video it's kind of wet. Here in this show, we try to tie together everything, what is happening all over the world, so that you will know that what is happening to you is not peculiar to you. It has happened to other people, and for you to know how they fought, what they did, to be able to succeed, to be able to overcome. So since 1619, I didn't say 1619, since August 1619, that was the first time a ship appeared in the English colony of Virginia, one of the states in this US, carrying more than 20 enslaved Africans sold to the colonists. Since then, all African countries formed by the colonists have been touched by years of slavery.
Still being touched.
By slavery. That slavery that they started 1619. August 1619 was the first time the first ship arrived America, carrying Africans. Since that time till today, our lives have not been the same. Do you know, to the extent that America fought a bloody civil war trying to end slavery? Because what has happened is that over time, we have always had two groups. The group that says, no, this thing is not good. And the group that want to benefit from corruption, evilness, wickedness, and all that. And that's why it is all over the world. You must, in any society, you must have a group of people that are trying to do the right thing, and another wicked group that are trying to do evil. But the only time evil will take over is when the good people keep quiet, when the good people are nonchalant, when the good people are naive and gullible, when the good people are ignorant. That is the only time the wicked and the evil will take over. So even in America, they fought a civil war. The good people wanted to end slavery. The bad people said, no, you must not end it. And it led to war. Now, after the civil war, we fought to end slavery. Do you know what happened? The evil people managed to invent new ways of systemically enslaving these black people, these Africans.
Yep.
They invented new ways to suppress them, to subjugate them through laws and policies. You are fighting for one thing. You thought you have won. And these evil people invented a new way to do the same thing, even the worst one. The worst. That's what you even
do. Because you don't even know you're at war, but you're at war. They have war against you.
Exactly.
Because at least the other one, you knew they were killing you. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So now that, oh, okay, you are coming, let's fight war. Now we're going to fight you through the way that you will not even accept your eyes are open. Till today, these colonists and their descendants are still divided along the line of fundamental truths. Some believe Africans are equal to other human beings. Others give Africans demeaning, criminal, and animalistic image. These descendants of slave masters eventually found a way to turn Africans against each other with all sorts of lies and propaganda. Everywhere Africans are, they are fighting and killing themselves. So that fight in your village that you think is all by yourself, no, it's deeper than that. What is happening to you in Nigeria is deeper than that. The corruption you're seeing is deeper than that. The terrorism you're seeing is deeper than that. And we are begging our people, just open your eyes. Open your eyes and open your brain so that you will see. Rather than the more you look, the less you see. The more you look, the more you see. And then you understand the nature of the battle. Because when you understand the nature of the battle, you understand the weapon you need. If you don't understand, you'll be fighting those that are trying to help you.
Yep.
Let's watch this video. You see our brother, this is happening in the US. Listen to him attentively so you understand what we're saying. How Black people all over the world have been made to kill themselves. Whether in Congo, whether in Angola, whether in America, whether in Nigeria, Black man is forced to kill other Blacks.
Let's see.
The aim is to suppress and subjugate the Black man.
Yep. And even when you're speaking the truth, they want to change the topic.
Yes, they will change the topic, turn it upside down, confuse you, so that as if you don't know what you're saying. You say terrorism is upon us. They say, no, it's clash.
Charged with capital murder and transported to Metro jail.
And did the suspects know this victim? Or they have any kind of relationship?
No. This 23rd homicide of the year is heartbreaking to me personally. Sierra's 14. She died on the street named after Michael Donald, who was the last known lynching by the Ku Klux Klan in 1980. 40 years later, more innocent blood is shed on that street that's supposed to memorialize the death, sacrifice. And a Black girl is gunned down on that street by a Black man. Is disgusting. I said it. There's a subculture of gun violence in the city of Mobile with young Black men. It's high damn time we did something about it. I said it. So no one has to be called a racist anymore. Our homicides, 19, 19, 18, 17, 16,
Children.
14, 11, and 4 years old, were all Black children. When are we as a city going to wake up and say, let's address this issue? I said it. Now it's out in the open, right? Whatever happens to me, fine. If you guys slay me in the media, fine. But don't forget these innocent Black lives that have been lost. An 11-year-old yesterday, a 14-year-old last night. When is enough enough?
What do you think could be done to address this?
Let's say the truth first, Andrea. Let's say that there is an issue first. Let's everyone say it out loud. That's where we begin. Because when we first say there's a problem, then we define the solution. Let's start there.
In this latest homicide, were the weapons recovered?
Let's not get into the. We're not going to discuss whether the weapons were recovered now. It's still an ongoing investigation.
Well,
We'll release more information as it's available.
Can you tell us if the Glock switch was used?
But as it stands now, a 14-year-old girl was killed by a gun held in the hand of a Black man. Whether it's a Glock switch, a shotgun, or any other weapon, the loss of the tragic life is my point at this time. Other information will come out as the investigation reveals, but I want you to focus on this young Black girl that was shot down last night. Let that be what you talk about. Let that be along with the 11-year-old that was killed the other night.
Can you tell us anything about her? I mean, does she live in that neighborhood? Is she visiting there?
Well, as more information comes available, I'm sure we'll reach out to you guys, and maybe even her family might be. But as it stands now, I don't want any of this lost. What weapon was used, or if she knows anybody. I
know.
Want memory.
I see if that's gonna change it.
I want this one to galvanize this city and make a stand against the violence that's being perpetuated in the city.
All right, we'll stop this video here. Go ahead, sister.
Thank you. So when you listen, you see is the same thing. You are fighting what you don't know. You're fighting what, and when you're trying to understand it, they confuse you. Despite the work that Ninas have done for years, trying to make our people understand what it is, they will still want to change narrative. They still want to come and tell you, no, it's not this one, it's this one. It's your PVC, it's your election, it's bringing. We know there's no engine in the vehicle that we are driving. They will tell you, no, bring the best driver, confusing you and distracting you. It's the same thing. It's a systematic suppression and subjugation of black man. That is what is happening. They make you fight one another, kill one another all over the world, over nothing. If you're trying to understand what is happening, they confuse you and they distract you into something else. Whether at home, whether abroad, the black children are suffering. The black people are being treated as
animals, even in their own country.
As animals, even in their own country, they will come, whether you are in their land or you are in your land, they will come and treat you as a subhuman. That is the root of what is going on. And if you don't understand it, then you are chasing shadows. You are chasing shadows. It pains me when I hear some of my classmates that are analyzing life in US and life in Nigeria. I said, what are you talking about? Nigeria is not even a country yet. Nigeria is not a nation. You don't even have a constitution. We have not begun. Why are you comparing this? Why are you making these comparisons? Don't you get it? Don't you understand what is going on? Are you this shallow? Even with your medical degree, even with your law degree, are you shallow? Can't you reason? Can't you see what is happening? Can't you look deep and understand what is happening to you? We will show you this again. This is a black child, an African child, on African soil. I remember when I traveled on vacation to Kenya. In the place that swimming pool and people are, what did I see? White people everywhere. And again, I don't have issue with white people traveling. No. What I'm saying that it has to be equal. The only black people I saw there was my family, and then the poor Kenyans cleaning the swimming pool. I looked at it, it pained me. The same thing if you go to Nigeria. Try and go to Transcorp Hilton. Who do you see there? They are all the Western people. My people are too poor to afford that. It's only the ones that have stolen their money, political money, resources. That's the one that can afford good living. And we're saying it's no more okay. It's no more okay. We are going to the root of the problem. We are tired dealing with symptoms. We are tired chasing shadows. We want to get to the root of the problem. Fix it once and for all. That's what we're saying. And anywhere you are, you better begin to think. Because if you don't think, this tsunami that is coming is going to get you very wet. Please go ahead.
Who has been held captive in her own country by foreign nationals. For 2 months now, Mary has been sleeping in the corridors of an apartment of 2 Chinese nationals, sharing the sleeping place with their dog. As if this is not enough, this female Zambian is locked up every day and never allowed to move around by the said Chinese nationals, according to the neighbors who could not speak on camera. Mary could, however, not fully explain her state of affairs as she was seemingly mentally unstable by broadcast time with the injured fingers.
Wow.
The Chinese nationals, on the other hand, only claimed that the victim was their waker without giving her specific job description.
Look at him. He's even laughing.
He's laughing. It's funny to him.
Wow. Wow.
It's funny to him. A black child sleeping with dog. It's funny to him. Put the dog on the corridor. Put the black child there because she's an animal. It's funny to him. It's something to excite him.
okay, check like you okay, no, okay, you go okay. Yeah. I mean, you go okay, too much, okay. Now, all, like.
This is too tough to watch. Go ahead, sister.
Is my sister. This is just an example that we're giving you. Because some people with mind that cannot think will say, oh, okay, this, that, maybe. No, we're saying this one, it shouldn't have happened at all. It shows the mindset the people have. Some people will say, oh, there's some people that are maltreating other people. We are saying it shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen at all. This is one. And what is making it possible to happen? Because of how we are seen all over the world. We have not received justice. We have not received equal treatment all over the world. It's not just in Nigeria. And that's what we seek to correct. So what we are fighting is not just for you to get a plastic PVC. We seek to change, redress the way the black man is seen all over the world. And we know where the root is. Look at what happened in China with their religious whatever. And US said, oh, China is a glaring example of religious repression. But what do you do about it? Nothing. They will speak English from one side to the other side. If it's not religion, it is ethnic war. If it's not this, they must look for something to use to suppress us. Nigeria as a country is an example of man's inhumanity against man. When you understand how Nigeria came into being, how Nigeria came into existence, you see the looting, the poverty, the chaos you see in Nigeria is being sponsored by the West. Starting with Britain, China, all of them. Why? To ensure that black man is perpetually subjugated. That's the purpose. Anything
and they are not letting up because you're not doing anything about it.
Exactly. Because you don't understand. Because you have to understand the nature of a battle before you understand the weapon you need. Because you're moving around in ignorance with your professor certificate. Oh, I'm a doctor, I'm a lawyer, I'm a professor, I can speak English more than Queen Elizabeth. Because you keep doing that.
Stop, darling. Please stop.
And you sit with them, and it breaks my heart when I see some of these professors and they come boasting to our people how he or she was with Queen Elizabeth or was with this person and that person, and this. You were with them, dining with them. Why they kill your people? Please, we call on you. Stop being gullible, please. And those of you that are educated, stop confusing our people. Our people are fighting to be liberated. It's liberation war. They are fighting to be liberated, one and true. Stop confusing them. Stop giving them hope where there's no hope. If it's not in Nnamdi Kanu, it is P2B. If it's not P2B, it's this one. One ignorant person just appears and my people run after them. For years, it has been like that.
Try.
For years. Because somebody wants to make fame, somebody wants to make money, somebody wants to make something. Stop giving my people false hope. We'll show you this video again. Like we said, what is happening to you in Nigeria is not peculiar to Nigeria. Look around you. Look at world news. Check everywhere. It's the same disease. It appears with different shapes in your land. In your village, it's the same. What happened at Owo, what happened there is the same thing. Subjugation of the black man. Even after 400 years, since the first ship was sighted in America, 1619, August 1619, my people, don't you think it's time to tell the truth? That's what we're saying on Daughters of Truth. We said, it is time to do the truth telling. It is time for African children to take back their destiny into their hands. Until we do the truth telling, we deny ourselves the beauty of justice.
Yep.
That's what this video will tell you. Please go ahead.
Sites. And we had a middle-aged black woman go to one of the sites, and she was nervous when she got there because it was in a remote location, it was on a dirt road. And she got to the site, she got down on her knees, she was going to start digging, and a pickup truck drove by big white guy in the truck, stares at her, slows down, turns around, drives by again, stares at her some more, and she's terrified. Then the man parks the truck, gets out, walks over to her. She said she decides she's not going to tell him what she's doing. She said she's just going to say she's getting dirt for a garden. Man walks up to her and he says, "What are you doing?" And then she told me later, she said, "Mr. Stevenson, something got a hold of me." And I told that man, she said, "I'm digging soil because this is where a black man was lynched in 1937. I'm going to honor his life." She said, "It was just me and that big guy, but something got a hold of me." And she said, when she said that, the man just stood there. And then he said, "Does that paper you have talk about the lynching?" And she said, "Yes." And she gave the man the paper. He said, "Can I read it?" She said, "Yes." And he started reading the paper while she started digging. And the man finished reading the paper, and then he put the paper down, and he stunned her by saying, "Excuse me, ma'am, but would it be all right if I helped you?" And she said, "Yes." And he got down on his knees, and she offered him the implement to dig the soil. He said, "No, I'll just use my hands." And this guy started throwing his hands into the soil and putting it in the jar, kept throwing his hands into the soil, and it blew her away. She said, "I had a tear running down my face. I just didn't expect it." And she said they got near the top, and she noticed that the man had slowed down, and she looked over at him, and she could see that his face was red. She could see his shoulders were shaking, and then she saw a tear running down his face, and she stopped. And she put her hand on his shoulder, and she said, "Are you all right?" And that's when the man said, No, I'm not all right." And he looked at her and he said, "I'm just so worried that it was my grandfather that participated in this lynching." And she said they both sat there on this roadside weeping about the history, about the pain, about the suffering. She said, "Well, I'm going back to Montgomery to put this in the Lakers Museum at EJI." He said, would it be all right if I just followed you?" And I watched both of these people come in with that jar of soil. And I don't say that because I think beautiful things like that always happen when we do the truth telling, when we do the hard work. But I think until we do the truth telling, until we do the hard work, we deny ourselves the beauty that is justice. And that's what I want to say to even the angriest white people, the angriest and most bitter people on these issues of race and justice. I want them to understand that there is something that feels more like freedom, more like equality, more like justice waiting for all of us. Right. But to get there, we have to have the courage
to tell the
actually
truth,
address the things that we are dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
What we're telling you is that what is happening to you in your local place is part of a bigger problem. And if you don't see it as such, if you don't embrace your reality, our reality, you won't be able to fix the problem properly. You will only be doing cosmetic makeup for a bigger problem that needs to be solved. If you understand the bigger problem, you will know what to do, because it's like a puzzle. We tell you on this platform, when you do your little own properly, the people in America, the Black Americans are doing their own. The people in Kenya are trying to do their own. People in Congo are trying to do their own. At the end, it will fix. It will fit properly. And we will have that better world that we are looking for. And we have told you that there are some people, like all white people are not evil. No, we told you that from beginning, they have always been divided. There are some good ones and the bad ones. The bad ones will continue to do what their descendants told them to do, what their forefathers did. But some are repenting, like you saw in this video. The white man was crying when he saw the black woman taking the sand from where black people were lynched. If you know what happened in the US, if you know what black people went through in this US, your own in Nigeria will just be just child's play, just like child's play. But this white man saw it and was broken, was weeping, that his ancestors were part of people that did this. He repented. And that's what we're saying. We're not talking of war. We are saying, don't deny our reality. Don't deny what happened to us, or try to change the narrative. Try to change the story that it didn't happen, or that what is happening to us is something else. No. Try and understand it so that we get a lasting solution. We are looking for a lasting solution. We are tired of make-believe solutions. We want to get proper solutions so that our children, your children, will live the life that they're meant to live all over the world. Go ahead, Sister Mona, please.
Absolutely, my dear. We must tell the truth. And it should begin with every one of us from your home. Tell your husband the truth. Husband, tell your wife the truth. And children, tell your parents the truth. Let it begin with all of us. Because as we heal, then we'll be in a position to help others heal. So there's no other way to do it. We are all in this together. Whether you're on the caliphate side that is getting instruction on how to kill other Black people, or you are on the receiving side that is busy collecting PVCs and money when you know the car you're driving has no engine, we all have to stop this madness. We all have to heal ourselves. We all have to move forward, because if not, nobody else is coming down to do it. And the worst part of all of this is that everywhere you see Black, go on YouTube, anywhere there is Black people, there is hell there. Their neighborhood is run down, their lives are run down, everything about them. They will always live on the rejected part of the nation. Wherever you see them, it's evident everywhere. Suffering, because we have not yet done the right thing. If God could allow a nation that when use telescope, saw somebody else's wealth and resources and said, oh, I'm gonna go there and steal it, and he went and stole it. Then when he came back, he put processes in place to make sure that his stolen properties did not disappear, and it's working for him. Do you see it's all about doing the right thing? That is not about going to church every Sunday. It's not about midweek service, Holy Ghost fire, party. It's not about lying to yourselves when you know you guys cannot live as a nation, and you're lying to yourself and you're killing yourselves. Nothing will change until we do the right thing and put the right processes in place.
Yep.
It's a no-brainer. Go ahead.
Nothing will change. There's something that my sister pulled up. The pyramid of evil. You look at this thing so that you understand what is happening to you. Because sometimes people understand what they're doing, but they don't know what is doing them. Look at this pyramid. Where you are as a Nigerian is at the base of the pyramid, the masses. This is where you are, at the receiving end. The wars you're seeing, the poverty you're seeing, the killing, the massacre, the ritual killing, the evil, the poverty, the lack of infrastructure, everything you're seeing, how was orchestrated. It was man-made. Because the land upon which you live is supposed to be a land flowing with milk and honey. That means your God loves you. But your God does not bless stupidity. The God that created the African man does not bless stupidity and ignorance. He does not bless ignorance. He wants you to understand what he has given to you, appreciate it, and know how to preserve it. He does not want you to be stupid because you're not an animal. He did not create you an animal. He created you and gave you brain power to work and protect what he has given to you. So at the top is British Crown. Like my sister said, somebody some time ago used telescope and looked and say, oh, it's green over there. Oh, this, that. And when we are growing up, we are seeing these people with things that look, tripod that look like they were taking pictures. And they'll put their eye and be looking. I didn't know it's this resources. We say, hey, Onyocha, there's a photo. We didn't know that what they were doing, they were looking for all the resources in our land. And they were freely working. Why they were doing that? Their Fulani brothers were doing their own GPS with their cows. We were watching it, so we didn't know what it was. So
yes,
that's the crown on top. When you hear Commonwealth, those that say, oh, Nigeria is Commonwealth, what does it mean? Somebody is saying that your land and the resources in your land is for us. For us. Yes. Why their own is their own. Because before you can go to their country, you must bring the hair in your grandmother's armpit. If she has died, you go and exhume her and bring the hair inside her armpit to give them before you can go to their land. But in your land, they will come freely and tell you it's Commonwealth.
Wow.
When our people now made noise, because they started by slavery, pushing our people, I told you it's the same thing going on. When our people made too much noise, they said, okay, we will colonize you inside. Since you don't want us to carry you out, we don't want us to seal you out, we will come inside and colonize you. So they put systems, policies, laws in place, constitution in place, things that will make sure you don't ever get up. They did that, but By 1960, our people started crying, we want independence, we want independence. All this thing you're doing now, your fathers did it before. We want independence, we want independence. They said, oh, you want independence? Okay. They got a local agent to be in charge. They handed Nigeria over to the caliphate. That's the next one. So at independence, it wasn't freedom you got. You were handed over from an external colonizer to an internal colonizer. That is the caliphate. And then they needed a document to use to make sure that they enforce these laws. That is your 1999 constitution. Of course, it changed over time. It changed over time from when it was 1979, whatever. They just remove it, remove the back of the cover, put the back, add one or two things. Obasanjo helping them. Some of our so-called elites helping them because they have their own court. They give them their own court. Mm-hmm. So with that 1999 Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria, that is not a republic, the federal government is now the tool, the tool to execute that 1999 Constitution, to enforce that 1999 Constitution. The federal government. So that's when it was taken over by the terrorists. The document that we use to execute your imprisonment, the document that we use to execute your slavery is the 1999 Constitution. And you will hear them tell you that so far that Constitution is in place, you cannot change anything. And that's why APC will tell you that if you want to be a presidential candidate under them, you must ensure that that 1999 Constitution does not go away. As fraudulent as it is, as evil as it is, as killing, destructive as it is, they say it must not go out of place. Who is making them say this thing? Britain. That's the person on the top of this pyramid. That's what we're telling you. When we call the Fulanis, we are not saying the local Fulanis, because those local ones are victims the way we are.
Yeah.
We're talking about the system, the manipulation, the system, the caliphate. Caliphate is like the British government. Caliphate owns Nigeria with the help of Britain. And with the wisdom you're seeing, sometimes when you see the political permutation, you say, oh, these Fulanis, these Northerners are very intelligent. No, they're not the ones. That thing is coming from the intelligence service from Britain.
Yep.
They have a structure to make sure that you are kept in prison. And they have the people they use. The local people that they use, the caliphate and the agents of caliphate. You have agents of caliphate in your land. So we are saying, we are not telling you to go and start cutting people's head. There's a video we'll play to you. If you watch that, we'll also post it when you say, oh, the white woman was saying, just keep them calm, just keep them calm. Because when you get agitated, they too get agitated and they start shooting you. So we are not sending you to go into all that. We are saying, for you to understand, the 1999 Constitution is the evil document used to enslave you, used to hold your destiny down. And what do you have to do? Reject it. That's all. It's as simple as that. I don't want to be part of this anymore. I want my freedom. And the first step to use to say, I don't want to be part of it, is that no election conducted under it, you will not be part of it. You will not allow it to take place. We will, not just you, we will not allow it to take place. Why? Because that election is giving the power to one of their person from one step to the other. And if you don't talk well, they will come and kill you. So there's a way it has to be done. That's why we're saying, listen to Ninas. If you listen to Ninas, you'll be guided. Because others have done it all over. We show you all other countries. They did in South Africa. It's our own is not the first. If you listen to Ninas, you'll be guided how to legally come out of this dungeon. But if you don't listen to Ninas, they will always come and beat you. I don't know. Is there another? This thing is about to come up.
Are you seeing this screen?
I'm seeing us, but I'm not seeing any.
Yeah. No, I haven't put it up yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
she said, we know, this thing that they're doing back home is the same thing that they're doing here in America, right?
Yes.
The civil rights bill and all this stuff, they claim they have given African Americans rights. But as soon as they ended up in their neighborhood, they went there and dropped drugs. They went there and dropped guns. They went there and dropped all kinds of mayhem that have them running in circles. You know, they first of all jailed all the black men, you know, massively jailed all of them. Under Bill Clinton, it went from 700,000 plus to almost 1.5 million, double the number. Bill Clinton, our Democratic president, the one that went to Harlem to open up a presidential museum and be looking like he cared about people. So it's the same thing. They have never given us any freedom. And we are asking our brothers and sisters, if you have a brown skin and you've been suffering, your forefathers suffered, we have all suffered, that we are saying we can outsmart our enemies at this point in time, because that's what they are. They do not mean well for us. Whether you find yourself in Sambisa forest, whether you find yourself in a Umunochi forest, we have to stand up and take back our lives. Nobody should be, you shouldn't be killing your brother. You will never hear a white person talk about killing another white person. Even if you pay him million. Even when there was one that I was working with, somebody did something wrong in front of me. She told me, in front of me, she said, what I'm seeing is not what I'm seeing. To protect her sister.
Can you imagine?
Lied in front of, like, I was like thinking, wow, I thought she was my friend. So the point that we're trying to make, that we have to end these lies that have been told against us. We have to start working together, and not, even if you're a caliphate and you're getting money from Britain, why would he be getting money to be killing people? How does that sustain
religion?
you?
Because they use religion. Because religion is another tool that they used in Africa.
Yeah, what kind of religion are you religioning that you had to be killing people to get it
That's
done?
it now. That's the madness. So the slave masters, the local slave masters, they gave them Islam. The ones that need to be conquered, they gave them Christianity. It's the same thing they want to do.
So that they will be fighting.
Constantly.
Every time.
Always friction. And then they divided your country, your land, into states in a very dangerous way. So that as an Igbo person, they cut some in rivers, some in Benue, some everywhere, just to make sure you're subjugated as a person. Now, if you want to fight this, now you're going to just start fighting on the surface. Are you not just to go and understand what the problem is, so that you understand the solution being proffered? The last one they want to use now is terror. And they're the ones training these terrorists.
Yep.
They're the ones training them. Look at what happened in Ondo Church. It's terror on Nigeria. The Fulani government, the One Nigeria Fulani government, sponsored terror attack against the citizens of Yoruba nation, trying to beat them back into line because they're making too much noise that they want Yoruba nation. We want Yoruba nation. We want Yoruba. It's terror. So when they do that, people will be afraid and say, no, please, no, let's not go. Let's go and do PVC. They want us to do PVC. Let them not come and kill us. So hey, they will come and kill us. It's the same thing. Anytime, and on Saturday, we said it on this platform. We said the terror has moved from northeast, northwest. We told you it has gone to southeast, south. We told southwest, we say you are next to be hit. We said it. Go and check our video. We say you are next to be hit. It's to create fear, to make you afraid, to beat you back in line so that anything they say, you control it. It's the same thing with bad marriage. Your husband is slapping you, hitting you, not because his hand is scratching him. It's because he wants to put you submissive. He wants you to remain submissive and don't challenge him. That when he says jump, you say how high. That's why the domestic violence, that's why he's doing you. That's if for intimidation, for subjugation. That's what it is. So the terror in Africa is either you're fighting war or they will unleash terror upon you. What is the game? To subjugate Africans, to put you down so that you don't ever ask question, how can I be free? And if you are trying to do the right thing to free your people, they will come upon you with terror, which was why we told our people in IPOB, do not start terrorism. If you start terrorism, you will open door to the real terrorists to come inside. And there will be anarchy and chaos, and there's nothing you can do. And you know what? You will be blamed for it. Why? Because you started it. You open door to them. They're already there. Terrorism is what they do. They even have school of terrorism. Lie, propaganda is their job. Do not use their tool because you can't outsmart them in using their tool. Use your own tool. Do you know your truth? Your tool? Truth telling.
Yep.
Truth is our tool. Because you know what? Truth is constant. If something is white, it remains white. If something is black, it remains black. No matter how long you deny it. If you continue to say, this thing is white, and you know it's white and it's exactly white, no matter how long, eventually truth will prevail if you don't give up. That's why we are big on persistence. We are big on consistent because other people have done it. Do not go into what your enemy is because you're trying to fight your enemy, because you cannot outsmart them in their criminality. You cannot outsmart them in their wickedness. You cannot outdo them in their wickedness. This is who they are, wicked souls. You have to use your own straightforward system. Justice, truth, you will prevail. Listen to these people because there are some other people working with you.
Of U.S. Special Operations Command in Africa is warning that Al-Qaeda, ISIS, and other Islamic terror groups are now trying to take over parts of the continent's most populous nation. Major General Dagvin Anderson says Muslim terrorists have set their sights on Nigeria's southern and northwestern regions, and the U.S. is now sharing specific intelligence with the country.
So this intelligence sharing is absolutely vital, and we stay fully engaged with the government of Nigeria to provide them an understanding of what these terrorists are doing.
Their goal? Eventually turn Nigeria into a Muslim country and force Christians, who make up half the country's population, to either leave or convert.
Yep.
Christians are in the eye of the target, and they're coming after them.
And the numbers are staggering. August 6th, Muslims stoned 4 remote Christian villages in Kaduna State, killing 22 villagers. July 24th, 21 dead, scores injured, and several Christian homes destroyed by militants. July 19th, 19 people killed when assailants armed with guns and machetes attacked a wedding reception. And the list goes on. Leading human rights groups say what's going on in Nigeria is a genocide.
If you look at what's happened in the last 20 years, George, it's just massive number of attacks against Christians. Look, 50 to 70,000 have been murdered.
For years, the main terror group was Boko Haram, which seeks to overthrow the government here and create an Islamic state.
They go after Christians and moderate Muslims. They push a hardline Muslim agenda. It is their intention to establish a caliphate and to just rid all of Nigeria and West Africa of any Western influence whatsoever.
Now, there's a new actor on the scene. In Nigeria's so-called Middle Belt region, where the Muslim North meets the Christian South, a terror group made up of Muslim Fulani herders are killing thousands of Christians. More than 1,400 Christians were hacked to death in just the first 7 months of 2020 by Fulani herders.
Unfortunately, the secular media are quite often biased and trying to present this as a tribal conflict rather than religious.
Nigeria's president, a Muslim, has so far done very little to stop the bloodshed. His police and army are also mostly made up of Muslims.
The attackers are never captured. They are not prosecuted. The security services respond very slowly. A full day can go on with attacks happening and no security shows up. And frequently, the government officials will provide cover.
Helpless and vulnerable to almost daily attacks, leading Catholic bishops are now urging Nigerian Christians to defend themselves. Human rights groups are asking the White House to appoint a special envoy to help end the persecution of Christians in Nigeria.
Unless the world takes note and puts pressure, economic pressure, sanctions, visa bans on the officials who are responsible for this travesty and for not reining in the terror, then Nigeria will continue to be a bloodbath.
Meanwhile, King's Group is helping more than 3,000 Christians who lost their businesses, homes, farms, or land to Boko Haram.
All right, we're going to end it here. You can see they know what is going on. They know that someone is trying to turn your nation into an Islamic nation. And we are collecting PVCs. We're helping the man. Go and collect your PVC. Peter Obi has his house waiting for him in London. When he collects all of you in the Judas Goat section, bam, he will disappear and people will massacre you guys. And Peter Obi will be living his best life in London. Can't you see that he's part of the plan? Can't you see what they're doing to you? Can't you see how they're dragging you guys on? The more you see, the more you look, the less you see. Thank God. We are here doing our best. When it will happen, Sister, I want to thank you again for teaching me to hold my heart together. Before, I'm a mess. I will fall apart and cry as if crying is a strategy. Thank you for teaching me that crying is not a strategy, my dear. When this rain starts, when the Islamic nation start, they will. Let me stop right here, my sister.
My dear, why would they be sending you on emotional roller coaster when you're already doing the right thing, giving your resources, giving your time, giving your intellect to do the right thing? Why would they now be messing you up emotionally because they've refused to listen? So you have to embrace yourself and be strong, because it's when we are strong, we'll be able to work to deliver our people. We will deliver our people, that's for sure. It's a timing we're talking about and who will remain alive. But if you here today, if you can listen to us today, we will deliver you today. But if you don't listen to Ninas, you want to listen to lies. Like this video we played to you is truth. If you go to those places, you will see that that is what is happening. It's their own independent investigation. We didn't have to go and meet them. And by the way, these people, some of these people here, Ninas is already working with them. Because like we told you, it's like a syndicate, it's like a puzzle. If you understand what the truth is, you're working from your own end, this person working from their own end, then we unite and then uproot evil. So the terror you're seeing everywhere is man-made. And you know what? Some of you people will go on social media and say, no, it's not true.
Don't listen to them. They are paid. They are very hungry. They are paid to destroy.
They are paid agents.
They are paid agents. They are part of the system. And they are giving them airtime. They are giving them YouTube time and all this stuff. I'm telling you, when they will gather you guys, a lot of them will go to Turkey, go to wherever they are going, and you find yourself in that area. That music I cannot heard that you were murdered last night.
Yes, like during Biafran war, Biafra genocide, there were people, there were women that were going from the camp of Biafran soldiers to the camp of the enemy. This thing, getting information from here, and they were giving them money. They were living well. They are men also. So yes,
and a lot of them got rewarded after the war. They sent them to
Exactly.
London to go to school,
Exactly.
and they came home. They are these rich people that you've been following all this while.
Exactly. So they rewarded them, and till today, their children and graduates have benefited from Biafra genocide. Ego Obala. They are still the ones, ministers, some of them leading you. They are the political class that will not listen to what Ninas is saying, because they want to continue to enjoy the loot. And you know what? Like my sister said, you are the one that will suffer. You are the one that will suffer for not listening. There is terror everywhere. This terror you're seeing is all orchestrated. It's not by chance. That's what we're saying. We are going to play this video for you again to see that there is terror on Nigeria. How can your PVC stop this thing that is coming? Go ahead, Sister Mona.
This is Abuja, Lokoja Road, with over 500 buses and passengers parked on the road because of a block of 2 trailers of Fulani gunmen barricading and have already kidnapped 7 buses into the forest.
Yeah.
Now, these are people parked on the road. We were just lucky to have been informed by one of the trailers not to keep moving, but to park out somewhere. And they resisted the effort of the uniformed men starting on gun. You
They
can
are
see
the
from
same
the
people.
distance, where I can't trek to, how buses and passengers are packed on the road, yet no security to disperse the battalion that have come out in numbers with already 3 buses kidnapped into the bush. You can see up here as I'm walking, this is me, Reality Cosmos speaking, who would have also been a victim of the incident, heading to Abuja for a particular event. This is me. You can see me. And here are police officers also left helplessly. As you can watch, those are police officers.
My dad, I don't want to listen to this lamentation. I don't know why he should have used the PVC to swipe the bandit.
Exactly. And the mainstream media will not carry news like this. And that's one thing we're telling people, that in the era of internet, you have all sorts of information coming. It's just that you will be sensible to know which one to pick and which one to drop. But it's better than not having, because during the Biafra genocide, they blocked every media. People outside the world did not know the truth and what was going on. So, but now at least you have the opportunity to know what is going on. Now we're asking, like my sister said, how can your PVC go get PVC madness that is going on? How can it stop this organized crime, terrorism coming? They are distracting you with go get your PVC. With that Fulani organized fake 2003 election. With terrorism everywhere. We are trying to tell you that all this terror you're seeing is linked together. Whether it's the mob that is killing a student over blasphemy in Sokoto. And by the way, the police released the people that killed that girl and said,
of course.
I mean, they even arrested them, saying it's public disturbance. Murder. They arrested them for public disturbance and they allowed them to be bailed. I had another one. Was it in May 2021? The helicopter killing of some villages, airstrikes of some villages, some markets, some schools in the north. What was going on? They said that Britain is secretly training some Nigerian pilots in the UK. These things are open there. Why are they training them? And why is it secret? Of course, the people being trained will not be your people. It will be the people they want to use to make sure.
Have you ever seen any of them visit the eastern part of Nigeria ever?
Exactly.
Ever. As if we don't exist. It's either they go to Lagos or they go to Sokoto.
We don't exist
Lagos,
now.
We don't exist.
We don't exist.
So we are going to collect PVCs.
Yeah. Another incident happened in Kaduna, where the government on Thursday, I heard 32 villagers were killed by terrorists. They attacked 3 villages. Every day you're hearing this. On top of all these killings, people are talking about picking a Christian to be the president. And you actually
my God, Sister Queen, God has already given them a preview, right? You can be singing a poem and sending shock waves and goosebumps to people's skin, and then you will still die. So you could be collecting PVCs only for you to be marched into the dungeon where your neck will be cut off. Welcome
Simple.
to the state called Nigeria.
And the people leading you on will just enter their private jets and disappear.
Their children are already there waiting for them. Those looking like they are female, and when they are male, those wearing skirts when they should be wearing pants. They are all hanging out, looking at the summer breeze in America.
We have to do better, my people. We have to do better. We like the mass awareness that is happening. People are waking up, hearing and understanding. We like it. But we are saying you need to do more. And for you to do more, you need to understand what you're up against. Then you will begin to know what to add to that your plastic PVC. You will know if you know the right thing. But if you are caught unawares, you will be destroyed.
Yep.
It's coming.
Yep.
Let's listen.
And the word will not end.
No.
We used to pray this word without end. The word will not end. You will be another monkey, another baboon, that their blood is flowing on the streets, and life will move on. Vacation will be happening. Weddings will be happening. People stealing money and going to Harvard and coming back and becoming a terrorist. It will be happening right in front of you.
Ninas will continue to alert the indigenous peoples of Nigeria of the danger ahead and the right way to prepare. There is a right way to prepare. We are not, if you see, we're not complaining, shouting, "Ewuchimo, Ewuchimo." If you have the key to a car, you just walk majestically and start the car. If you don't have the key, that's when you are panicking. If you lost your key, Ninas for 20 years prepared for this day. And you need to listen to what they're telling you. Listen so that this rain that is coming will not beat you and your family. Listen, because that's how we warn people in IPOB. Did all that we did for years, warn them. And now we have lost children, killed. When they catch you, they say, "Oh, I'm not ESN, I'm criminal." We warned you. We warned you that you will pay with your life if you don't listen. Now all of you are criminals. Nobody is calling you IPOB or ESN or non-government. No, you're a criminal. When they catch you, you're a criminal. When they don't catch you, you are ESN and a non-government. Once you're caught, you're a criminal and everybody deserts you. But you know what? You're the one that made yourself a scapegoat. We warned you. Don't go that route. If you go that route, they will use you and dump you and you will die. You will die like a fly. Go ahead, please.
And 19, a UN Special Rapporteur on Nigeria had visited to investigate the cause of the extrajudicial killings, the blood that was flowing all over Nigeria. And that was coming just about 3 weeks from after the 7 months that Washington spent to interrogate what we were saying was going on in our sub-region. The LNC team, LNC Nina's team that engaged to raise an alarm to the global community that the terror networks they were trying to defeat in the Middle East had relocated to the West African sub-region, received by the local franchise called Boko Haram, and being reinforced by the government of Nigeria as led by Muhammad Buhari. We had the privilege of standing in Capitol Hill to address the relevant decision makers, both in the House and in the Senate leg of, it was the International Religious Freedom Ministerial Roundtables of 2019. But we had come in January of that 2019 to raise an alarm about this Fulani agenda that had been mixed up with like the joint venture between the Fulani that wants to take the whole of Nigeria to create a homeland for Fulani of the Sahel and beyond, with the ISIS that was being dislocated in the Middle East, failing with Syria and Iraq. They wanted to create a caliphate, but they were overwhelmed and they migrated to set up a shop and find a new operational base. Their target is actually the whole of West Africa. As you see in the map with the marks, the West African map, you see the Sharia belt in Nigeria, you see the wider territory targeted by that. So we went to share this. It became a national security emergency for the UN. COVID-19 had not come, because that was January 29. COVID-19 came towards the tail end of 2019. But the information we shared and the propositions we made about what needed to be done by the global community to avoid the reinforcement, to prevent a situation where that terror network that had become ISWAP, ISIS plus Boko Haram becoming ISWAP, under the superintendence of the government of Nigeria, personally presided over by the president of Nigeria, who have been the champion of the local franchises, as represented by Miyetti Allah. Miyetti Allah claiming proudly responsibility for the actions of Fulani herdsmen. Muhammad Buhari, life grand patron, Miyetti Allah. Muhammad Buhari takes money, 100 billion from our treasury of Nigeria to hand over to Miyetti Allah in public glare. He was on national TV that they wanted 160 billion and he approved 100 billion for them to inject into their business. For a group that was proudly representing Fulani herdsmen, already adjudged as the fourth most deadly terror group on earth. And so this joint venture between the terror networks and the Fulani agenda, the Fulani global interests, in which that terror network will have Nigeria as its hub and West Africa as that caliphate, including Nigeria, of course, as their new operational base to face the whole world. And the Fulani from all over the sub-region of all over Africa would be brought into Nigeria to create a homeland for them. That was the joint venture. That is the joint venture. And it was against the backdrop of that alarm being raised in Washington that those who were leading the fight against the terror networks in the Middle East now considered what was going on in the West African sub-region as a national security emergency. And we went from the legislative branch on Capitol Hill, the State Department people came in to, and then all kinds of other branches of government, including the military. And then the policy actions that we saw in which Nigeria was put on the special watch list and later made country of particular concern were all flowing from. So back to the UN Special Rapporteur, we're informing our people now so that they can understand the game that is being played by this Fulani woman called Amina Mohammed hanging around at the UN. They sent her there thinking that they will be able to deceive anybody. The recent visit of the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres to Nigeria, in which he went to Maiduguri to talk about how Nigeria was doing well in bringing back terrorists into society and all of that. It is the game of Amina Mohammed and her Abuja principals, supervised by the British who coordinate for them, to go and create the impression that Nigeria was doing great in bringing Boko Haram to be reinfused into society and into the military. We saw what happened with the Taliban in Afghanistan, where they were repenting and being rehabilitated and being reinfused into the Afghan army. We saw how it ended. The Taliban overwhelmed and are now in control of Afghanistan. We are on the highway to Afghanistan, and Amina Mohammed procured her principal, the Secretary General, to come to, erect a false narrative to counter the narrative, to counter the reality that has been exposed, in which our commander-in-chief is organizing the terror that we are battling with in terms of bringing Fulani from everywhere to come to overrun the indigenous nationalities and take their lands from them to become Fulani country. Nigeria will then become Fulani country.
It's their country.
The owners of Nigeria is terminated. Yoruba will be killed, Ijo will be killed, Igbo will be killed. That's what's been going on since 2011. We saw the train terror attack and all of the demands they are making about the promise that was made to them for providing the brigandage and the violence that was necessary or required to remove Jonathan from power to bring in their own man. Okay, they've done their own part. They are now demanding that the lands be given to them. That's what emerged from.
And our people are working hard to give them the land. They are doing a marvelous job. The Fulanis, anyway, after they were having their party, was it 2 weeks ago, Sister Queen?
Yeah.
When they were having their party, their success party. Things are going as planned, you know. The monkeys and baboons are lining up for our success. They are doing everything within there. Even their brothers are helping. They are coming, my dear. Ewo. And you really think God when a concern for you, animals, right? God will leave all the people doing the hard work, trying to do things for themselves, and then He'll come and bless your no work because you guys are not doing anything.
And the good thing is that at any point in time, God will always find a remnant to use. And that's the beauty of truth. Whether you agree or you don't agree, truth exists. Truth does not need verification, like need somebody's approval to be truth. At the time you were dancing around, following your emperor, superior, and that, the people that were doing the brain work, which is what is needed for this, like we told you, you carrying weapon and running up and down, sticks and whip, you are only playing into the hands of the terrorists. We told you that these people doing this thing are the terrorists themselves. They began this terrorism since 1619. So they have perfected the act of terrorism. So if you play into their hands, you will only destroy yourself quicker. At the time you were running up and down, and we are warning you, don't go that route. The people that God chose for us at a time like this, we are busy working, going to get this message out to the global community. While you were in your land killing yourself, say, they're killing us, so they're killing us, you and they're killing us, because one madman told you to go and kill yourself so that UN will notice you. And we told you that's not the way. You only die and be buried, and life will continue. At that time, at this critical time now, that the world is showing you some of these videos, for you to understand the discussion going on in certain places that you don't even know, certain high places that you are not able to get to. Your shouting and yelling did not take you to complaining. No. These discussions are going on as we speak. And the people understand what the issues are. So those of you that are on social media lying, you are only disgracing yourself, because you know what? At the end of all this journey, you know, internet does not forget. My people will look at you and find out that you are the one that made money out of their blood. You had the opportunity of knowing the truth, but you refuse to know the truth.
Yep.
So in US, it's being discussed. The truth is being discussed. In UK, truth is being discussed. Those that are lying have been lying for years. The time has come, the unveiling of truth. And when truth comes out, it's like a shining light. And there's nothing darkness can do. Darkness cannot prevail over truth. So we are getting there. Although Nigerians are being distracted by the fake plastic PVC, because you have told you on this platform that it's carrot and stick approach that they use.
Yep.
They give you carrot and they use stick to wipe you, bam, 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 like a donkey that you are. But you can say no to it. You can say no. It's like when you are trying to do NSAS. Ninas warned you. He said, you doing NSAS, they will just change the name of SARS and give it another name. That's not the route. There's no time that Ninas have not warned our people that if you go through the wrong route, you will only be a casualty. You will only be statistics. 20 died, 30 died, 3 million died. They shot 3 million at Lekki. They shot 30 at Lekki. They killed 20 at Owerri. They killed 30 at Zumbere. You will only be part of the statistics, and we will add you to the fire. But if you listen to truth being revealed to you, you will know what to do. And standing, you will not fall victim in the hands of these evil people. These people are evil. From the foundation of earth, they began their evilness. But you know what? You can't be delivered. You can't be set free. You can't be kept away. You can't be protected. You can be protected from their evilness only if you will listen. Is this video coming up?
Yes.
Oh, these are the fake PVC people. Okay.
Mhm.
You see what they will do to
Keep
you.
telling them that God will bless no mess. No matter how you lie, no matter how you present it, no matter how much song you sing upon it, God will bless no mess. It's just that simple.
The PVC.
Look at it. This is Abuja. Thousands of people at the registration center. Whether they have only one machine here or they don't have machine, we don't even know. See thousands of people. Many has gone back home. Nowhere to register. INEC is not doing anything.
You think they want you to
INEC is not
register?
doing anything. INEC just pocket the money given to them to organize,
No.
including registration of people to make things easy for Nigerians.
No,
Look
no,
at
no.
youth. Who say youths are not serious now should watch this. These are youths who want to register and vote. See mothers with children, they are here. The elders, the young.
Mumus, the country belongs to the Fulanis. You are not it.
These are
Stop
mostly
deceiving
the
yourself.
young men who want to choose their president. Nobody's giving them opportunity and chance to register. INEC is not doing anything. INEC is not doing anything.
My brother, lamentation is not a strategy. The same way I told myself, crying is not a strategy.
Yep.
Lamentation
You will continue
is
to
not
lament.
a strategy, man.
Yes. And they will continue to sabotage your efforts. They will continue to mesmerize you. They will continue to do like all shake it to you. You have not seen anything. No. You have not seen anything. It's coming. It's coming. As we move closer to this your fake caliphate election, you will see wonders. They will show you Ketorobiati. Continue to wallow in your ignorance. You told the people people are their machinery is lie. For them to set up Nigeria, that Nigeria, they made Nigeria to be one country, shows what they have in mind against the black man.
Yep. The same way they are sabotaging them here in America, the same way. People will come from all over the world with a suitcase and succeed, and black people are finding it hard to succeed here because they have damaged them. Like if they are not doing it actively, they are doing it passively. If they are not doing it actively, they are doing it passively to undermine black people. And what are our people doing? By the way, they are waiting for you guys to get it right too. Your brothers and sisters say in America is waiting for you guys to get it right, maybe for them to start coming home. But as long as you're running the biddings of the Queen Elizabeth, the one that celebrated 70 years of terrorism, you will see that we'll be running in circles for years to come.
The more you move closer, they will show you other things that they have in plan for you. They have in store for you. But we're saying, this galvanizing you're doing, it's not bad. Gathering yourself together, like expressing yourself that you want change, it's not bad. But if you finish it and you do not listen to what Ninas is telling you to do, you will end up like NSAS. You will be part of statistics because they will frustrate you. They will make sure your PVC, you don't get it. Even if you, at every level, they will frustrate you. If you manage to get your PVC, that day the card reader might not read. If you manage to read it, if they see that the so-called change you want is going to win, they will come in. Either they bring state of emergency, they will be the one to cause the chaos. They will cause the chaos and bring state of emergency. They will cause the chaos and bring anything, Afghanistan, anything. They have a lot in their bag, in their evil bag. That their evil bag has a lot in it. If they don't bring this card, they will bring this card. Once they put their hand, they bring. All you'll be seeing is this and this and this. The aim is to suppress the black man. But you know what? You are the one allowing them to do that.
Yep.
Because the land belongs to you.
Yep.
The resources belong to you. You are just ignorant. But if you are well informed, you begin to use your brain. It's brain power you need. It's not PVC. You need brain power. Because the people working on you, they are using multi-dimensional, they are coming in multi-dimensional ways. From here. But if you understand it, you can finish them at once. Let's listen to these liars, chief liars. there's a British official in this their meeting. But for you to have this discussion, for them to be having this discussion, it means that they know what is going on. And even in this room, they are divided. Those that know the truth, I want to uphold the truth. And those that are lying and have been lying to the people all these years. So these people, and when they talk, you know that they're lying. When you listen to them, you know that they're lying. So they will lie about the situation in Nigeria, trying to deceive their own people. The same thing they did in America also, trying to deceive their own people. Trying to cover their partner, the caliphate, the Fulani caliphate, the terrorism that are carrying out. They are partners in this. We are saying that Nigeria, under the imposed military 1999 constitution, is a lie. It is not true. It is not true. We have not even formed a union, let alone getting a constitution.
Nope.
As a result, laws and policies coming from that evil book will not favor you, the people.
Never.
We are saying the people masterminding it are the people in this room. So if you know the people to fight, you know that your brothers and sisters are not the ones to kill. You don't get your sister in military and cut off her neck. You are only exposing yourself because they will come for you. And the system will chew you up and destroy you. And you will go. And your people will remember, oh, there was one Ebuka. You will just go like that. But today, we are saying we can act like the people that we're supposed to be. We are intelligent people. We are not animals. But if we continue to do things without our mind and thinking and without being logical, we're only confirming what they think about us.
Yep.
And they will keep us in the corridor and make us to sleep where the dog is sleeping. Because we are animals.
And we are acting like it.
And we are acting like it. But if we can stop and look deep and be logical, look around you, see what is happening to you. You have phone now. Go to internet, find out what is happening in other places and begin to put these things together so that you understand what is happening to you. And when you hear the solution, it will make sense to you. Please go ahead, my sister.
Absolutely.
To ask the Secretary of State for Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Affairs if she will make a statement on the killing of church worshippers in Ondo State, Nigeria yesterday, and on wider issues of violence against religious groups in Nigeria.
Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I'm horrified by the attack that took place against a church in Ondo State, southwest Nigeria yesterday. I've publicly expressed the UK government's condemnation of this heinous act and stressed the importance of those responsible being brought to justice in accordance with the law.
Which one? The one you took
The High
away?
Commission in Nigeria has also expressed our condolences to the Governor of Ondo State and offered our support. I know that the House will join me in sending our condolences to the families and communities of those killed.
Lies.
Rising conflict and insecurity across Nigeria is having a devastating impact on affected communities. I've raised this issue with the Nigerian authorities on several occasions, including in conversations with Nigeria's Vice President and Foreign Minister during my visit in February. And during that visit, I also met religious governors, regional governors, religious leaders, and non-governmental organizations to discuss intercommunal violence and freedom of religion or belief. It's clear that religious identity can be a factor in instances of violence in Nigeria and that Christian communities have been victims. But the root causes are often complex and frequently also relate to competition over resources, historical grievances, and criminality. So the UK government is committed to working with Nigeria to respond to insecurity. At our security and defence dialogue with Nigeria in February, we committed to work together to respond to the conflict. We're supporting local and national peace-building efforts in Nigeria, including through the Nigeria Governors Forum and National Peace Committee. We provide mentoring and capacity building to support Nigerian police force units to improve their anti-kidnap capacity, and are supporting efforts to address the drivers and enablers of serious and organised crime in Nigeria. At our security and defence dialogue, we both reiterated our shared understanding and commitment to protecting human rights for all. We are committed to defending freedom of religion or belief for all and promoting respect between different religious and non-religious communities. I discussed four.
This is so pretty. No offense, I don't really want to listen to this live. This is pure terrorism at its best. They will come out and read their poem for us, and then they will turn around and arm the terrorists to blow up more places. Like this is.
He's wearing our material now.
Yes.
To show that she represents Africa.
Yeah, isn't that the same thing they're doing or they've been doing? You go to Africa, you start war, you start starvation, children start starving. You show up to be the God and the savior that is asking to feed the children, bring money to feed the children, but you're the same person causing the war in the first place. We are so sick and tired of the manipulation. It's sickening. It's sickening. There are people are the ones making it possible for them to continue in a circle.
Exactly. We can do better. That's what we're saying. We show you some of these things. We don't want to repeat it to you. We'll put it on our wall also. For you to listen to them. Listen to them. You are the one living this truth. You know who is killing you. Then listen to what the woman is saying. Listen to what she's saying. And she will carry that English she's speaking to her people. When you are chasing the leg of cow, they'll be chasing the tail. And you make it worse by introducing confusion in your midst. That's what we're saying. This thing does not need any type of confusion. It just needs you paying attention. Calm down, pay attention, understand the strategy, and understand why that strategy has to be that way. When we tell you that we have not even formed a union, we have not built, Nigeria does not belong to us. If Nigeria does not belong to me, why do I want to vote for who will lead Nigeria? We are saying that our land was taken from us and they are coming to kill us off to have correct access to the land. You're seeing it. You're seeing them in your forest. Are you not seeing them? Then listen to what Onyocha is saying. This is the lie they have told for 400 years. And people will say, you see, what we call the church and what we're saying is that it's church that made our people to be ignorant. Gave them Bible to read. And distracted them because it's a distraction.
It is. It is.
You are being distracted with Bible. And again, we're not saying that Bible is not the word of God. I read the Bible. Most of the strategies that I use for my life, I get it from the Bible. That's your Bible because I read it by myself and the Holy Spirit tells me what is inside it by myself. I don't listen to anybody that is lying to me. Even in my home, I know when to use logic. I know when to use brain to do what I need to do. Nobody needs to use the scripture and turn it upside down and tell me to bring $1,000. If I bring $1,000, I'll get a job from heaven. When we have not done the right thing to create job for our people, then I'll not take the 1,000 I've not used to eat and give to pastor. Then if I don't get the job, I'll say God is against me. That upon all the things I have done, because they have.
If you're lucky, they will say it's your mom that tied you down.
Yes, now. No, when you're not telling that, oh, I think God is against me. They say, hey, don't say God is against you. It's your mother, it's your grandmother, it's your grandfather, it's your uncle, it's your niece, it's your nephew. They will begin the manipulation. The manipulation. Look at what happened to us during the election now. Good luck. See how Mbaka manipulated our people and still manipulating them to today. See the manipulation coming from your so-called altar. See all of them. You are speaking what you don't know.
Right.
You even have a dream that we are having dreams. Why won't you call people on phone and tell the person you have access to the person? No, but you want to say it in open so that if it happens, more, it's marketing strategy. More people will come and say, can't you see that?
Which if it happens, if you pay people to make it happen.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay, we are seeing a lot of them coming to confess now. How they will say something in the name of prophecy and then pay people to go and make it happen. All trying to draw you. All these are distractions. Because when you are distracted, you will not see what the enemy is doing. So they use our traditional leaders to distract us. They use our church leaders to distract us. They use our social influencers that they send to be singing for us. You're a slave.
How they are slave in their own
You
nation.
are a slave. You are no one. Stop singing for my people. Songs that will calm them and continue to move them into stupidity pattern. Drinking, smoking, miri, everything, all these things are distractions from the main issue. The main issue is there and it's progressing. Every minute as we speak, they're getting closer to you. As we speak, they're getting closer to you. The enemy is approaching fast. We told you the terrorism from the Sahel, from Western Africa, from Chad area, the Northeast, Northwest, Middle Belt. Yeah, I didn't mention Middle Belt the first time. Middle Belt, Southeast. Can't you see the pattern? Then Southwest now. If you listen to that Oyibo one that was talking, say, oh, it's spreading. Where we didn't have things before, now it's happening. But the most important is to keep the people calm. Keep the people calm. Keep them docile. Keep them brainwashed. Keep them down. So that when they see, they will not understand what they're seeing. A little confusion here, a little confusion there, and everybody's running like a rat. Pra, 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 pra. You don't need Bible to get a job. You don't need Quran to get a job. You don't need religious book to know how to treat your wife. You are a human being, you have conscience. Check in your conscience. That thing you're doing to your brother, you're doing to your sister, your husband, or your wife, if they do it to you, will you like it?
That's it, plain and simple.
It's just simple like that. You don't need any vision for somebody to tell you no. And if we understand this simple truth, we begin to build infrastructure. We begin to do things in our environment. We were doing it before the white man came. We had our systems. We had Umada, we had Umuna, we had our systems. We had things working for us before they came and destroyed it. And are continuing to destroy it by making you confused, by keeping you ignorant. Look at your education system. You don't come out of there and be educated. You get in with some sense. Come out. You are confused.
It's terrible, my dear.
Meanwhile, you're supposed to go to school and acquire some skills, like logical ways of solving problems. But you come out confused. Ordinary problem, you can't solve. Your family, you can't take care of. Nothing. Can't you see what we're saying? That this is a deliberate attempt to subjugate the black man all over the world.
Yep.
Like my sister told you, the Black Americans, your people that were stolen from you and sent here and told them that you sold them. You see all the lies? And told them that you sold them. Here they hate us. When they see us, they see that they say that our ancestors sold them. My father, my ancestors sold no one. We sold no one. My family, we did not sell anyone. But there were few people that were their local agents that they used. Just like now, what we're seeing, look your environment. You will see the agents of the colonial master working hard.
Still at work.
It has not changed. It's the same way they did it that time is what they're doing now. But you know what? The only antidote to lie is truth. The only antidote to ignorance is information. Get informed. Understand what we're saying. Understand what Ninas is saying so that you will be empowered to do the right thing. Like we said, we like the mobilization, we like the sensitization, but we're saying at the end of that mobilization, PVC is not the weapon in your hand. PVC is is a distracting tool, another distraction from the main issue. How can PVC solve the problem of somebody that is coming with AK-47 coming to wipe you and your family off? You see, you need more than PVC. But the other thing you need is not even AK-47. Brain work. Brain. Because when you are working with your brain, you will not fight your brother and sister. Once you're not fighting your brother and sister, you have succeeded in step one.
Yep.
Because they want you to keep fighting and cause mayhem and trouble, chaos everywhere. When you're running fighting yourself, they're stealing your resources. So if you start first some platforms where I am, I say, please, can we begin to talk to ourselves with respect? Listen to one another, talk to one another like the way, like, this is my brother. We are all victims. In this thing, we are all victims. Whether those being used and those being used, we are all victims. But if we begin to get to the table, to begin to dialogue, to begin to talk, so far you're not lying. And we're saying Nigeria as one is a lie. Stop lying to our people. Because you know what? We did not make that constitution. We did not make the 1999 constitution. And you cannot build a mansion on a lie. We don't have a nation yet. What you have is not a nation. What you have is a business entity of the colonial master. Nigeria, one Nigeria. They will tell you their mission is to keep Nigeria one. Why is it not my nation? Hey, why is it your business to keep me one? Is it not me that will decide who I want to form nation with? Is it not me that wants to be country and know who I want to form country with? How is it your headache? Am I the one telling Britain who to be? The Britain will say, I'm an Englishman. If I say I'm an Igbo woman, they say she's tribalistic.
How? Indeed.
You are saying I'm an American. You are saying I'm an Englishman. I'm an Englishman. How is it that when I now say I'm an Igbo woman, I will be committing a crime? I will be ethnic, how do they say?
Ethnocentric.
Tribalistic, religious, whatever. In Israel, we have Islam. We have Judaism. People practice Judaism. We have Christians living peacefully in Israel. I've been there. People living normal, going well. How is it that me being a Christian and my brother is a Muslim is what is making us to kill ourselves? It is not. It is not.
Somebody
is manipulating all of us.
Yep.
It is okay for us to be Igbo, the other person is Hausa, the other person is Yoruba, the other person is tall, the other person is short. That's how God made us. Diversity. It's okay. But somebody is manipulating our diversity and making us to fight ourselves. And we don't need to fight ourselves. That's what we're saying. However, if you keep quiet, because some people, there are two versions of this. Some people say, let's be united. It's not united so that the enemy will be stealing your resources. Because eventually you'll be so poor and your population will be so much and you will start that fight by yourself. So please understand our narrative very clear. Somebody united us together and opened our borders and brought terrorism on top of us to kill us. So the solution is not say, let's stay together and keep Nigeria one. The solution is to dismantle that system that is eating all of us up. Let's begin afresh. We say we have not formed a nation. So we say, okay, let's begin to form a nation. How do other people form nations? Through referendum. Referendum is where you ask my people, what do you want? And we are saying that our people are not animals. You do not manipulate my people. You will ask my people what they want, and it's through referendum. They have a voice. They are human beings, and they need to be heard. Through referendum, not through guns. Stop killing my people. Stop giving them guns to kill themselves. That's not the way, because eventually that thing that you're forming will collapse on your head. The terrorism that you're building, those that are sponsoring terrorism in my land, it will backfire on you. Because terror cannot be put in a basket. The terror you created when you used Osama bin Laden to create terrorism. At the end, did you not cry? Have you seen training terrorists against a people is not a strategy?
Nope.
Training terrorists and opening up terrorism, door of terrorism upon a people because you want to steal their resources is not a strategy. Because one day it will backfire and you will cry. This is why some people in the US are looking at what is happening in Nigeria now differently. They understood this truth. That's why they're willing to work. So some people in America, everybody, they're not, they're divided. The good ones, they have always been divided. But the thing is that if you continue to work with the good people, all over the world, we have good people. They are the ones you unite with. They are the ones you talk to, and they will pay attention. They are human beings. They have conscience. And that has happened. Ninas has succeeded in doing that. That's why I see sometimes when we are calm, relaxing, and moving, it's because the cat is out of the bag already. The people that should hear the truth have heard, and are working seriously on what they need to do. We are only saying our own assignment because we have assignment as indigenous people living in the land or the owners of the resources. We have an assignment. We say this illicit structure of Nigeria built in our land has expiry dates. It should end. That's what we're saying. We said the structure is illicit. We did not build Nigeria. We did not write the 1999 Constitution. As a result, what is our problem now is not getting a driver to drive a vehicle without engine. What is our problem is that we want to begin. We want to begin to decide who to form the nation with. We want to end terrorism in our land. We want to end the evil going on. We want to end the looting. We want to end all the evil things going on. How do we do it? Multi-regional referendum. And for that to be going on, you need transitional government in place. So what we should be working towards today is transitional government that will monitor the referendum and then other things that need to be done after it. Not who will be. 2023 is too far. Would have finished dying before we get to that 2023. You see this thing that's going on is not going to get better. If you move closer to whoever you say you wanted to vote, the attack will increase and you will be crying. They have the right to say no. Let's re-strategize first. Let's solve this problem first. Then we can begin politicking. Please go ahead. I think I've spoken.
My sister, it's not that difficult, right? If Peter Obi loves his people and all these other people claim that they want your well-being, why don't we go for referendum?
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. If you love people, you want to do better, you know the system is not working, this. Why don't we do the right thing? But they will never take you there. Peter Obi just came from London not too long ago, went to number 10 Downing Street to go and meet them. Yep. As soon as he came back, he switched from PDP to Labour. And we're telling you that the man with what is the word that you're trying to call it? The nomination that they gave him.
Yeah.
Right? So he went to Labour Party, they gave him nomination. And now he's the leading candidate for his party. And we're telling you, my dear, what are the same people? He used to be the vice president at PDP, right? For Atiku. Now he left and he went the other way. And then Atiku went the other way. They are just working for the slave masters. Can't you see that? Can't you see that? If Peter Obi, in all his honesty, sent Peter Obi and the rest of them, I don't know their names. If you guys are all honest about wanting to help Nigerians, why don't we do the right thing and put this system down so that people can actually have the truth? Haven't you guys stolen enough? You've stolen enough Atiku to marry 20 Igbo women and abandon them and throw them in the trash. Peter Obi, I don't know if you have a wife. Is he gay? I've never seen the wife before. People that cannot manage a wife and 2 kids, they want to manage a nation. Are we talking about Amechi, the Fulani turned Igbo boy that is giving our money to, that's supposed to be used in our area for railroad? It's like you're watching criminals running the affairs of our daily affairs, and people are there. Hey, my goodness, I'm traumatized. I'm traumatized. And then the church is there playing their own role of keeping you docile. Amaga can't hear you, turn the other cheek. What is the normal reaction when somebody slaps you? No, think about it. If somebody now, you're walking down the street and somebody walked up to you and give you a dirty slap. So your normal reaction will say, oh, brother, come on. Hey, you haven't slapped the other side. Here it is. What will be your normal reaction? You will stop the person. But now, in our nation, or in a first state called Nigeria, the pastors told you that when the politicians are stealing from you, you should be blaming your mom. When they have kept us in a failed system, You should be blaming your family members. The uncle that is not speaking to your dad, he's the one holding you down. When it's the system is what is holding you down. The system is what's stopping you from not moving forward. The system is what causing you to leave your nation and go and drown in the Mediterranean Sea. The system is what is, driving the banditry going on. The system is causing you to come to America and fight your husband because you want to send money to your stupid brother that doesn't want to do the right thing. The system. What is the system? The system is full of lies. Lies that have been told against Black people. Lies that have been told so that we continue to fight. They make us have limited resources so that all we are doing is fighting each other to get our hands to that resource or the resources. My people, we can do better. Brown people, we can do better. God is not coming down from heaven to do it. He's not coming. As you are speaking, Chinese people are in your countries, turning your sisters into a dog that she couldn't speak anymore. So also, she's looking and it looks like they did something to her fingers because she has stitches all over it. Maybe please, enough of this. Let's do the right thing. Let's halt the 2023 election that is going to renew our slavery. It does not make sense. Even if Jesus Christ of Nazareth comes down now with his white garment and say he wants to run for election, run. That will not be Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Run from him. He just wants to drag you to an area where you will get killed and he will take off. With all the bad news going on back home, how come Peter Obi and his cohort, how come they have never been attacked? They are the one eating the money because they will settle all the criminals everywhere. All of them, Amechi, all of them, all the politicians, they will settle all the criminals and they will run around Nigeria like it belongs to them. And everybody else is cowering for safety. All we're asking is for people to do the right thing. It's a no-brainer. Do the right thing. PVC is not the answer. Instead of closing Alaba market to go and collect your PVC, you should be holding Peter Obi accountable and said, why don't you help us get a referendum? Ebo is Bumma, do you guys love him? He has set the internet on fire, Twitter is on fire. Can he have him tweet the right thing that will do, the right approach that will get the people what they want? Since always a loving, kind man, always Bumma, he's a saint. Something that is sustainable, something that will work long-term to help our people. So that we are not selling body parts and thinking it's okay. Every day you will see our young boys, either they are shot or they are caught as a criminal, as a banditry, they are laying on the floor. Everybody in our bohon, God will punish you. It's the system that created that mess you're looking at. If you use the same power and start causing the system, maybe you will get somewhere. That boy you're looking at, that criminal you're looking at on the floor is not the problem. The system set that up, that mess that you're seeing. The system that we're in. Oh, my people. I weep for my people.
Are they coming for calls?
I don't know yet. The phone number has been listed. If you'd like to come in, please go ahead. This is just too painful to watch. Too painful to watch for, group of people that I claim to be the smartest, and everybody's taking them on a ride.
Yeah, what we're telling them is even see, like America. The blacks in America were in the same situation we were. But today we are visiting America. Why? Because people fought for it. How did they fight for it? It's not by carrying broomstick and walking up and down. Because if they tried to do that, they would have killed all of them off. Policies, changing things. Some people say, oh, Ninas is doing somebody was making mention of something like, you're talking. I don't even know what because people are so ignorant. Yeah. And some of them are educated or they went to school, but they do not understand the power of brain power. They don't understand the power of documentation. They don't understand that what is holding you down is that book, that 1999 Constitution. Because from Constitution, you begin to make laws and policies. It's that Constitution that is holding you down. Like my sister said, not your grandmother, not your grandfather, but the church has as partners, because we told you these people are partners. The church, social influencers. Of course, when you say church, religion, because inside that church you have
Yes.
religion, you have Islam. So
Mm.
it's both of them. So when we call, we're not saying, oh, stop going. No, we're saying they have
All of them.
religion. Yes.
Mhm.
Religion, traditional rulers. Is it bad to have a traditional ruler? No, but they infiltrated and took over these systems in order to get at you. That's what we're saying. We're not saying it's not okay to worship God. Because sometimes when you say these things, some people move it to the other extreme. We do not say don't worship God. Because you have a soul as a human being. So you need this soul has to receive like nourishment. So whoever you want to worship as your God, go ahead. So far that person is making you to be a better human being. Look at your life today and yesterday. Are you better? If whatever you're worshiping is not making you a better human being, then shift. You're probably worshiping the wrong thing. And that better human being is not manipulating yourself and manipulating others, lying to yourself. My dear, the lie is so much that you're asking, my goodness, how do people get to this level? So please, let's learn from others. Look at South Africa, how they solve their problem. Look at Chile. Look at the Black Americans. Look at all the places all over the world. War is not always the solution. After war, you go back to the table to negotiate. You get back to the table. You get to the negotiating table. So why do you want to start another war? You don't need it. Guns and bullets are not needed in this thing. The guns and bullets are the enemy's weapon. They will arm you. I'm telling you, when we finish what we are doing, you see this work we are doing, when we finish it, guns and bullets will be useless. People will not need to buy gun anymore. Were we not living in our environment before, in our communities, our forefathers, our ancestors? Did they use guns and bullets? In those days, we did not have keys to our doors. When you get to our market, we keep things there on the floor. You don't need to guard it. Nobody will take it.
Mhm.
Because we had a system, a social system where the poor are taken care of, orphans are taken care of, widows are taken care of. But this time, they robbed everything, stole everything, and then criminality increased. And then they brought gun.
Ewo.
The answer is no more policing. The answer is no more guns or bullets. The answer is changing the structure.
Yep.
The structure that is producing the criminality.
Yep.
If you take care of it, the criminality will go. You don't need the guns anymore. The structure that is producing the terrorism. If you remove that structure, terrorism will die a natural death. My people, please call us to make your own contribution.
Yes, our brother Otuba said the facts are open before all of us. The head of the terrorist, Buhari, has placed the Fulanis in all positions of the country, and nothing we can do except to push for destroying the fake national constitution and raise for referendum now.
Simple.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So simple.
Yes. Yes, my brother.
So simple.
You are getting it right. You are getting it right. And that's what we are here every Saturday lamenting, pointing, bringing evidence, pointing, so that people that are confused because they are low on sugar, people that are confused because the Holy Ghost told them not to react, people that are walking around and say, oh, I'm not a politician, or when you're not politics, but you're opening up your leg, pushing out human beings every time. We thank you for that. Change is coming, though. That's a good thing. Whether they like it or not, God is doing some work that when He finally materializes, a lot of you will be surprised. People are waking up. People are asking the right questions. People are demanding for answers. People are doing investigations that very soon we all meet in circles. So do not give up. Do not give up and think, oh, there's someone over there doing it. No. As long as you know the correct thing to do, not to something to destroy what is being done. You did your investigation, you gathered the evidence, you should start working from your neck of the wood because it will make the job easier. So don't sit in your cocoon and then come and ask us, oh, didn't you guys say this one happened last week? How come it has not? No, we didn't take any money from you. I never told you you're my emperor. I am your emperor. I never told you to follow me. What I ask you is to understand the process so that we all can deliver, all of us, by ourselves. It's just that simple. So if you're sitting there so that you can laugh at me and say, hey, look at him, we'll have a shella. My dear, I'm in my house, so see me. I'm in my house, so kids are doing well. My 6'3" son just right. My dear, I am in heaven. No, it's just that I wanted some of the heaven to come to my people. But if you decide that I'm the enemy and you're waiting for me to fall so that you go and clap your hands for yourself, my dear, you're wasting your
That's
time.
not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
That's not gonna happen.
You're going from glory to glory, so don't get it twisted.
That's what it is.
Yeah, we are not here to raise money. You didn't see us asking for stars and give us cash and give us all we are trying to do is to all of us. We don't want to be your savior. We don't want to be on top of you. We don't want to command and control you. We want for you to command and control your brain so that we can sing the same song and end this madness once and for all. It's just that simple. Okay.
Our brother was asking, so what do you want us to do? We said join the mobilization.
Oh, okay.
The 1999 Constitution. From, like my sister said, from your own end. You have groups. You are in the churches. That energy people are using to go to church. And these people are so destructive. These church leaders. The church leaders that have been telling everything that this 1999 Constitution is the thing that is making the people poor. They did as if they were deaf and dumb. Immediately PVC came out. They jump in. They're shouting PVC, PVC. Do you know what? You'll be shouting that PVC and your churches will burn down.
My dear, they are coming. They already gave them sample number 1 now. Go to church this Sunday, but see if you will come back. Take a chance now. Go. They are telling you they want to turn your land into These are people that never had they are not indigenous to Nigeria. They want to take your space and turn it into their destiny. You're there speaking English and speaking PVC. Go to church. They are testing their ground. They've already GPS everywhere. They know everywhere. If you are the unlucky ones, we'll be seeing you on the internet now. The white woman will come and sew akara and come out and say they condense with you and they console with you and all that stuff. And then next week they will fund another round.
And then people will say, oh, they use traditional power to catch the people. They have caught the people. The people that died, have you caught them too? The people that died, 100 people that died, have you woken them up too? Let's stop this.
They have more people now. Remember how they can fluid. Their brother told us that they are fluid and they can fluid and come everywhere. They are everywhere in our space. So if 2 dies, they still have 1 million coming to take you out. You saw them packing them in trucks and dropping them in your communities. They pack them in the truck, drop them in your community, the truck dries off. What do you think is happening? Demographic change, is coming. Why you're collecting PVCs? They don't even have to collect PVC. They gave it to them already. They don't see them standing in line. They already have their PVC and their national registration card and everything. They are more Nigerian than you, monkeys and baboons. That if you don't do the right thing, the blood of monkeys and baboons will continue the flow. So some of you will ask us, oh yeah, if election happens, what's going to happen? What is Ninas going to do? Ninas will keep telling you guys the right thing to do while your blood flow. So whoever that remains now may say, oh yeah, let me join Ninas. It makes sense. Let's put hands together and make it happen. We don't have guns and bullets. Why you guys are making fun of yourselves? If you go to 2023 election and the terrorists take over, your blood will flow. And then maybe if the few people remaining will continue to tell them what they're supposed to do. That's if they ever get to be alive to do it. It's just that simple. So we see you guys next week. As always, you can visit ninasvoice.org. Go and learn more so that you're not sitting and saying, what are we doing? We're not hiding what we are doing. Well, I'll forget too. The other one, if he doesn't have one and then Monachi has 7 and the other one, no. Everything we are doing is in the open. You go there, you learn the strategy. If you don't understand, call that phone number. I will answer, or Sister will answer, will explain it to you more. If you go to Lower Niger Facebook, every day they put some excerpts on their page just to guide people into what is being done. It's not that difficult. I'm not doing it for you. Don't get it twisted. I'm not your leader. I'm only here as a sister, as a mother, as a kind person, wanting you to have the best of your life. That's the only place I'm coming from. because God has already blessed me. He doesn't owe me anything. I want that blessings to be bestowed upon my people, upon my only agenda, my people, so that we don't get it twisted. Thank you. Sister, go ahead.
Thank you so much, Mona. Thank you, our viewers. Thank those of you that already know what it is and you're busy talking to your church people, your community people, your group, and refusing to be distracted. Please remain focused. What Nina, we are running a parallel campaign. It was done in South Africa. What we mean by parallel campaign is that we are standing on truth, and those that are lying, we allow you to continue to lie and get yourselves destroyed. So if you are going looking for PVC, be careful, you might be a casualty. If you're out there doing whatever, you might be a casualty because it's coming. If you do too much, he'll take you out. However, if you will listen to what we're saying, Nina's is like the Ark of Noah. Why Noah was told to build the ark, he was building it. Rain was coming. People were laughing at him. But Noah continued to build. He continued to run his campaign. His campaign is that I want to deliver those that are ready to be delivered from this rain that is coming. And he kept building. And when the time came, the rain came, and the people that will be saved were saved. So what we are doing, nothing mega. Our skin is intact. We are building our ark for deliverance, for liberation. That is Nina's. If you enter to understand, it will help you. It will save you and save your people. If you move your people, your group, the school group, whatever group that you're inside, we are in so many groups. If you make them understand what Nina campaign and proposition is, you see, you're opening their eyes. And then together, work is going on. We tell you, work is going on. We will continue to drive this vehicle until we reach to our destination, which is self-determination. We pray you will be alive when we get to the other side. By very fair reason, PVC carried you and you went into statistics. Sorry, that's what we can say. But the people will be set free. Thank you.
Amen. Amen. Hi, brother Izuchukwu. He says, greetings, my sisters from New York. The truth must be preached. My brother, you are so correct. We are not going anywhere. Until their ears open to hear the truth. Until they are lying to themselves. No amount of deceit, their church membership, their girl membership, old boys association membership will save them from this. The truth must be told. And until we get to that place where we're comfortable with the truth, we'll be running in circles. And the Fulanis will take over the land of milk and honey that God bestowed upon us, a choice property given to us, and we allow the enemies to come and take it, and we're here running around in circles. Nope. We'll see you guys next week. It's been nice. Please remain safe. Take care of yourself and each other. Help us to share, like, whatever that people need to do to get this information. And we'll see you guys again on Saturday. Thank you so much. Bye.